Is it visible na? Okay. Oliveros Alberto. For a while lang. Sige, ayan. Good afternoon, everyone. Sige, let's have a review of what we've discussed before, no? Nung nakaraan, last Tuesday. Sige, may mga humahabol na sa attendance. Sige nga, ano yung mga diniscuss natin last time? Ano yung natutunan nyo about philosophical perspectives on the self? Anyone? Again, you may chat sa chat box your responses or unmute your mic. Sige nga, anong natutunan niyo sa philosophical perspectives? Okay, medyo tahimik ngayon, no? Mga mukhang inaantok kayo. Magtatawag tayo ngayon. Sige. Luis? Mr. Pico? Luis? Nandiyan ka ba?
Ma'am,
Ano yung natutunan mo last time sa philosophical perspectives?
about sa ano po, kay Descartes po yung radical doubt niya po.
Okay. Anong meron sa radical doubt niya? Anong ibig sabihin niya doon? Na? Why is it important daw to doubt? Because we cannot trust our senses all the time. So, it's important that we have to ask questions. Aside from that, sige nga, Jillian, ano pa yung natutunan mo aside kay Renee?
Yung kay Saint Agustin po, ma'am. Yung maniwala lang po kung ano po yung tingin po nating tama po.
Okay. Yes, yung kay Saint Agustin, yung doubtfulness of the academy, sabi niya, we don't have to accept others' ideas always, all the time. We have to reject it. We can accept kung sa tingin natin it's right. Alright, sige. So far, I'm glad to know na may ilan sa inyo. I don't know about the others, no? But I'm hoping na you did have some knowledge about the philosophers and their views. Now, we're going to talk about naman the sociological perspective on the self. Ano sa tingin niyo yung pag-uusapan natin ngayon? When we say sociological, it's the study of how society works. Sa tingin niyo, anong kinalaman yan sa self natin? Para sa sociological perspective. May idea ba? Basam? Mr. Natur, may idea ka ba? Okay, wala siya, no? Hindi siya sumasagot. Sige, Jade Mar.
Parang ano po ma'am, kung saan po nabibilang nag-fit yung mga tao. Like kung anong society ka po nabibilang.
Okay. So, society's impact on us, no? Yeah, so, in general, we're going to talk about how society impacts us, our development, ourselves. And so, before we start, yan, sige. I would like you to give me 1 to 3 adjectives, no? Kahit isa na lang that describe yourself. What adjective describes yourself? Sige nga, you may chat, no? Kung nahihiya kayong i-mute ang inyong mic. How will you describe yourself Using one word, using an adjective. Ambitious, sabi ni Kirsten. So she's ambitious daw. Anyone else? Dedicated, sabi ni John Riza. Sabi ni Kyoshi, affectionate. Savior, sabi naman niya, optimistic. It's good, no? So far, puro positive, persistent, dependable, curious. I would like to know kung itong mga trait na ito ay personal choice nyo or sa tingin nyo it's the society's expectation or in a way may kinalaman dyan or influence siya ng tao sa paligid nyo. Sige, I wanna know, Xavier. You said that you are optimistic. Is it your choice or is it influenced by other people?
It's my choice po.
Okay, it's his choice daw. How about for others? Sige nga, is it your choice to be like that? To be persistent, dependable, affectionate, supportive? Is it your choice? Or do you believe na meron ding influence dyan ng ibang tao? Yes, Jade Mar.
Parang for example po ma'am, yung ngayon po pangyayari. Yung isa po sa mga classmate namin nagbigay ng positive traits. Ngayon po, nagkaroon po ng influence sa buong klase po na nagbigay din sila ng mga possible that describe themselves po. Parang ganun po yung maganda example.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good observation, no? Nagkaroon na siya ng ripple effect. Yung isa nagsabi ng positive and lahat ng sumagot na rin sila ng positive. That shows, no, how we are influenced by others. So, let's start with George Mead, no? He was the first one who said na hindi daw tayo determine ng ating biological factors. We are not influenced by that, but rather by our social interaction and experiences. Si George Mead, sabi niya nung infant tayo, egocentric daw tayo, wala tayong pakialam sa iba. Tama ba? Nung mga bata ba kayo, ang muwang nyo lang or ang pakialam nyo lang ay yung sarili nyong needs? Tama ba? Sige nga, like reaction, kung naniniwala kayo na ng bata kayo, ng mga baby kayo, yan, up to 5 years old, 6 years old, selfish pa kayo, ganyan. Okay. So, yes, some of you agreed, no? That's good. So, that's what George Mead said. Nung infant tayo, we are self-centered, egocentric. We're only focused on ourselves. Pero nung tumanda na tayo, may na-realize daw tayo. No? Ano sa tingin niyo yung na-realize natin? Any idea? Okay. So, ang sabi ni George Mead, we have realized, when we become older, we will realize that the other perception or the views of others have an importance na. We take for consideration na yung tingin sa atin ng ibang tao. And this happens in 3 stages. So, ayan. Ayan yung 3 distinct stages na nag-explain ng development na yon na sinasabi ni George Mead. Yung theory ni George Mead or itong stages na to, if you really think about it, no, talagang pwede mo siyang i-apply. It's applicable in real life. So, the first one daw is preparatory stage. Ito na yung natututo tayo through imitation, diba? That's how we learn when we were young. Pinapa-imitate sa atin yung word na gusto sa ating ipasabi, and then we learn to associate its meaning to that word. So we start to learn from other people through gestures, words, sounds, symbols, and then afterwards, play came along na, the second stage. So, in the second stage, ito na nga yung play stage, we learned how to acquire other people's perception na in a way. Anong mga nilalaro nyo nung bata kayo? Sige, I'm curious. Anong mga nilalaro nyo nung bata? Lumalabas ba kayo ng bahay? Kung lumalabas kayo ng bahay, ano yung mga nilalaro nyo? Sige nga. Meron ba dito naglalaro ng tumbang preso? Tagu-taguan, ganyan. Piko? Meron ba? Habulan? Pogs? Uy, that's nostalgic ka. May pogs pa pala. Langit lupa, taguan, Chinese garter. Okay. So may naglalaro ba, maibataya, Jolens? May naglalaro ba dito ng bahay-bahayan? Ayan. Bahay-bahayan, teacher-teacheran. Okay, meron, no? Meron naman. So, ito yung dinedescribe ni George Smith na stage, yung play stage, na we learn, no, what's the role of other people, or kung ano yung meaning ng role na yon, ano yung expectation sa role na yon, 'di ba? May naglalaro ng bingo, bata pa sila. Grabe na, may tayaan ba yan? So ayun, no, nagkakaroon tayo ng perception about the role of other people through pretend play. And then lastly, in games, we understand the role na as a whole. Meaning, we don't just create it. We don't just create it through pretend playing or role playing, but we can actually respond to it. No, nakaka-respond na tayo in accordance to our whole view of that role. Sige, aside from being a student, ano pa yung mga role niyo sa buhay? Meron pa ba? Estudyante lang ba kayo for life? Ano pa yung mga ibang role niyo sa buhay? Sige nga, I wanna know. Anak, sabi ni Eloisa, yes. You're a child of your parents, big sister or sister, friend. You may also be a partner, di ba, granddaughter. So, imagine, you have different roles, not just as a student. And ito yung na-realize ni Mid. Sabi niya, when we surpassed the play stage and came to the game stage, dito na natin ma-realize na hindi lang pala isang role yung ginagampanan ng isang tao. Pwede rin palang siyang maging anak, asawa, ayan, kaibigan. And so that shapes the person, no? Kung ano yung role and expectation ng tao sa role na yun. And because of this phenomenon or stages, development, nagkaroon din do tayo ng development of self, which is nahahati sa two parts. So, the I and me. So, me refers to society's view, and I refers to your response to that view. No? Kung ano yung personal identity mo in accordance to the society's view of you. So for George Smith, hindi lahat ng tao ay kayang maimpluwensyahan tayo. Para sa kanya, selected members lang. Siyempre kung sino lang daw yung close natin. Ayan yung concept niya. So, yan. I have a question, no? So tingin nyo, paano kayo naaapektuhan ng social interaction? Paano naaapektuhan yung self-image nyo? When you say self-image, it's your concept of who you are, kung sino sa tingin nyo sino kayo. To give you a visual, when you look in the mirror, sino yung nakikita nyo? Ayan, may iba palang nakikita, no? Sa tingin nyo, paano na i-impluwensyahan ng mga daily interaction, social interaction nyo, or even kahit not daily, kahit in general na lang yung social interaction, how does it affect us? Any idea? How are we affected by social interaction? Sige, I'll give one example. I am affected, my self-image gets impacted gets affected when I'm interacting with you. So, let's say the more that you respond, the more that you answer to my questions, kunwari nag-review tayo ng mga topic na diniscuss na natin, and when you respond to my questions about those review, nagkakaroon ako ng perception na, they are learning something from me. So it connects to my self-image. In a way, I can maybe describe myself as someone was really teaching the lesson well kasi may nalalaman kayo. How about you, everyone? Anyone? Sa tingin nyo, paano na siya? Sige, magbigay na lang tayo ng specific. Yung friends relationship, friend relationship, intimate relationship nyo, either friend or romantic relationship. Paano nyo naapektuhan yung self-image nyo kapag nakikipag-interact kayo sa kanila, sa friends nyo, o sa loved ones nyo? Sige nga, ayaw nyo sumagot ha. Ruben? Ayan, dahil naglalaro ka ng bingo nung bata ka, tignan natin. Paano ka naaapektuhan ng social interaction? Ay, nawala na siya. Ayan. So, may mga sumasagot online. Let's read muna. Sabi ni John Riza, if our families po views as an academic achiever, then we will put a lot of effort po sa studies namin. Imimit po namin yung expectations nila. Exactly, no? When someone has an expectation on you, nagkakaroon ng pressure, and that pressure kind of motivates you to meet that expectation. May nagtaas ng kamay. Was that? Yes. Si Borabos ba yun? Yes, Colleen.
Ma'am, social interaction po shapes our image po by influencing how we see ourselves and also how others perceives us po based on our actions po.
Mm-hmm. So, napakalaking halaga nun, no? Nung, imagine by socially interacting with someone, you can adapt their views. Yes, Journaling. Journaling? Okay, let's read muna yung sinabi ni Elaine. Sabi niya, nagkakaroon po ng knowledge and other perspectives po pag nakikipag-interact po. Exactly, no? When we interact, nagkakaroon tayo ng new knowledge pwede natin i-apply in ourselves, and therefore adds something to our self-image. Okay. Sige, let's move forward, no? This is in connection with Charles Cooley's idea or concept, the looking glass self. So sabi ni Charles Cooley, we are influenced. Our self-image is influenced by how other people see us. Kung ano yung impression sa atin ng ibang tao. And
nag-DC ako.
okay, sige Ruben, naka-unmute ka. Okay, ayan, okay na. So, ayan, yan, tumatawa tuloy si Jade Mar. Ikaw, Ruben, kanina pinagsasalita kita. Hindi ka nag-unmute. Pero it's okay. Sige, we will give you another chance. So, sa looking glass self, similar with George Mead, meron siyang process. So, sabi ni Charles Cooley, in the first step, we imagine daw how we appear to others. Tama ba yun? Nako-conscious rin ba kayo kapag nasa labas kayo in general? Especially in a new environment. Ayan. First day in a new school, okay. So, some of you can relate, no? Nakaka-conscious kapag nasa new environment kayo. And that consciousness, I think it is partly can be explained by how we think about how other people think about us, no? Ano ba yung perception sa atin ng ibang tao kapag nakipag-interact tayo? Like, for example, sa school, ano ba kayong magiging perception ng kaklase ko kapag nagsumagot ako, tapos mali pala? Di ba may mga ganun tayong thought? And then, in the second stage, dito na natin iniisip kung paano ba nila tayo ine-evaluate. Do we come across as funny, as smart, as kind, ayan, as competitive, as ambitious? And then based on that evaluation comes the third step, which is we develop feelings, no, according to those impression na sa tingin nating impression sa atin ng ibang tao. So for Charles Cooley, hindi daw yung perception or impression ng ibang tao ang nakakaapekto sa atin, but rather ano daw yung nakakaapekto sa atin. Okay, it's okay, Ruben. Sige, ano sa tingin nyo ang sinasabi ni Charles Cooley na nakakaapekto sa atin? Sabi niya, it is our impression of their impression. No, it's what affects our self-image, ourself. Hindi yung impression ng ibang tao, but rather kung ano yung iniisip natin sa impression ng ibang tao. Okay. Nagigets ba? Sige nga, heart reaction nga kung nagigets ba yung sinabi ni Charles Cooley. Okay, sige. So let's connect it with these three concepts, no? These three like first rather aspects of ourselves, no? Ourselves, part of ourselves. Yung self-image in a way kanina na-discuss na natin, but I would like to dive more pa. How do you think the impression of others impact our self-image? Sige nga, paano ba kayo naapektuhan ng impression ng ibang tao, yung pagtingin nyo sa sarili nyo? Sige, let's give an example. Okay, Eloisa, yes?
For example po, meron pong isang tao na nagsabi po sa inyo na medyo tumataba ka. So, mag-overthink ka po at magiging conscious ka po sa sarili mo kung sa paningin mo po sa sarili nyo po. Like kung tumataba ba ako or hindi.
Okay, exactly, no? We get conscious at times, especially when we hear comments like that, na uma-attack or nag-a-attack sa physical traits natin or appearance natin. And syempre, meron siyang impact in other aspects, no, in other components of ourselves, such as yung self-esteem mo, yung confidence mo sa sarili mo, diba? So, these three are interconnected, diba? They can be all interconnected. So, let's say, for example, na-bully ka, diba? Yung bullying is kind of like people are saying their impression on you, but syempre in really worse ways. So, hindi lang self-image, yung pagtingin mo sa sarili mo yung maapektuhan dyan. Especially ang tinitira niya is yung self-esteem mo or yung confidence mo. No. So, sige. How about self-esteem? How can it be affected by other people's impression? In positive manner naman, no? What will happen if someone compliments you? Sige nga. Diba, compliment is a way of their impression about you. So, sa tingin nyo, yes, Divine.
Kunyari, example po, may nag-compliment sa'yo na, ang ganda ng smile mo. So, mas feel mo po na value ka, may value ka, and parang mas more nagiging confident ka po sa sarili mo.
Yes, so exactly, it boosts your confidence, and also, nare-reinforce nyo yung behavior nyo, lalo na kung yung skills yung pinag-uusapan natin. If someone compliments you for your skills or your ideas, you are more, parang reward yung brain mo, na-reward tayo to do more of that action, right? So, last one is the ideal self. It's the concept of, or rather, it's who you want to be in the future, your aspirations and goals. Do you believe na yung ideal self natin can be influenced by other people? Sige. Okay. Pia agreed. Yes, P, sa tingin mo paano? How can it be influence?
Ano po, kunwari po, parang yun nga po kanina yung sa expectation po ng mga tao or family mo po sa'yo. E di, yung mararamdaman po nun, gusto ko din to ma-achieve kasi ganito yung tingin ng tao sa akin, mas magiging proud sila pag nagawa ko to or na-achieve ko po to.
Mm-hmm. Okay. In a way, yun nga, kagaya ng sabi ko, you are pressured to keep up or to fit in with their concept of you. So if they have an expectation, a high expectation of you, in a way, yun nga, nagkakaroon, it's either you will be inspired or motivated or you will be down kasi the pressure is too much. There's this effect in psychology, industrial psychology, the golem effect and the Pygmalion effect. May nakarinig na ba nun sa inyo? Golem and Pygmalion. So, yung golem effect, no, yun yung kapag ka mababa yung tingin sa inyo ng iba or if they don't trust, what will happen to your performance sa tingin nyo? Kunwari, hypothetically, you're gonna work. If someone trusts you or have a lower expectation on you, ano sa tingin nyo yung mangyayari? Sige, let's apply it to me. Paano kung mababa yung tingin ko sa inyo? Sabi ko sa inyo, hindi naman ganun kataas expectation ko sa inyo, hindi kayo magpe-perform. How will you feel as my student if I say that to you? I-report nyo sa teacher, no? Ano sa tingin nyo ang mangyayari? Sige, let's call Gwen.
For me po, kung ganun po, parang, parang bumababa po yung tingin namin sa sarili namin. Like, di namin kayang abutin yung standard nyo po.
Exactly, no? So, nagkakaroon siya ng negative impact in a way na pati yung pagtingin nyo sa sarili nyo na i-influensyahan din. But, aside from that, bababa din yung performance nyo. So, if I have a low trust in you as my students, what will happen according to the golem effect is that you will have a poor performance. So, if babalik rin natin siya, ang tawag naman sa kanya ay Pygmalion effect. If someone put their, or rather, highly believe in you, then that will lead to a great performance. I think it's very, it's a very fascinating phenomenon, no? Sometimes it's really true, lalo na kapag authority, may nag-uusapan natin yung views ng authority about us, views ng parents, ng friends. If they really have a high trust in your capacity or in your ability, parang you are determined to keep that up. Although, we can't deny that it's tiring to keep those expectations, diba? To meet those expectations. So after that is Yuri Bronfenbrenner. So Yuri Bronfenbrenner, he developed the ecological systems theory. He said that we are influenced by our interconnected environmental systems. And ito yun. Ito yung interconnected environment system. It starts with our microsystem, and then the mesosystem, exosystem, macrosystem, and chronosystem. We'll discuss this one by one. Let's go first with the microsystem kasi it's our immediate environment. It's the environment that we have direct contact with. Sige nga, ano yung environment na may direct contact kayo? Meron ba? Ano yun? Any idea? Ito, based sa picture, ano yan? Family. Yes, Marian, that's good. It's your family. Siyempre. Meron pa ba? Family lang ba ang environment na may direct contact tayo? It can also be your home. Ano pa? School, 'di ba? So your teacher and classmates, your peers, friends and partner, your work if you're working. So basically he's saying na itong microsystem natin, dun pa lang, it affects who we are. Sige, let's start with family. Since family is the primary unit of community and the building block of the community, paano tayo nai-impluwensyahan ng family? Sige nga, Kirsten, sa tingin mo paano ka nai-impluwensyahan ng family mo?
Ano po, miss, kapag sinusuportahan po nila yung mga ginagawa ko po.
Okay. So in a good way, 'di ba? Pag supportive ang parents, you tend to grow nicer, you tend to grow well-adjusted. Hindi ka takot mag-fail in a way, or it's okay for you to take risk. You are open-minded, 'di ba? You are more adventurous. Kasi you have a supportive parents that will understand what you do and how you do it. And ano yung reason behind it. How about if you have an unsupportive parents? So, what outcome might you have if you have one? If you have an unsupportive family, anong pwedeng mangyari sa inyo as an individual? Meron ba? Yes, Kimberly. So, kapag take ng risk, no, you're scared to try new things. You're confined sa comfort zone mo, no? The way you're close-minded about new things. Meron pa ba? But it stands your growth, right? If your family do not support you. How about your friends? Since syempre ngayon, most of the time, nasa kayo, di ba? Nasa school kayo, you have friends in school, hopefully you all have it. How does your friend influence you as an individual? Michelle, may I know kung paano ka na i-influence ng friend mo?
For the example po, kapag mahilig po mag-aral yung mga friends ko, parang may influence ka na rin po na parang mag-aral po ng mabuti.
Okay, that's good. So, who you surround with is important, is vital. They have an impact on you. They influence you, whether it's in a good way or bad way, no? So, if you, kagaya nga ng mga sinasabi ng ibang students, if you surround yourself with positive people, then you tend to apply those positive qualities in your life. Syempre, vice versa, if you surround yourself with people who are corrupt, who have corrupt morals, possible din, no, na ma-acquire mo yung mga belief nila, yung mga action, mga gawin nila. However, syempre, we're not going to generalize it kasi hindi lahat ng pagkakataon applicable siya, right? Some people have strong morals even though they are surrounded by their bad environment. They are able to make good and right decisions in their life. Pero sige nga, meron ba naniniwala dito na kapag ka surrounded ka ng negative, magiging negative ka din regardless of who you are. Meron ba? Sige nga, let's call Patricia. What do you think about that?
Sa ano po, sa tingin ko po, hindi naman po, depende naman po sa tao yun kung magpapa-influence sa mga bad na nakapalibot sa kanya po eh.
Okay, so according kay Patricia, depende daw yun sa tao. Exactly, no? This is where free will comes, no? You have a choice. You have the capacity to make choices. And also, we can't deny na some people are susceptible or vulnerable. May mga taong hindi talaga nila kayang humindi, di ba? Madali silang ma-impluwensyahan. And so, dito na yung pumapasok yung mga differences natin when it comes to that. That's why it's important that you have an established self-image, that you know what is right and wrong, the balance, no? Especially in your age, ito yung age na feeling ko na gusto yung mag-try ng new things, right? You want to try different vices, different experiences. But, syempre, yun nga, in moderation, not all the time din, hindi rin lahat dapat ginagawa. But, let's move forward with mesosystem. So, with mesosystem, it's just the interaction between your microsystems. So, in this picture, ayan, di ba? Yung parents nasa school or kinakausap ng teacher. So, parang, example ng mesosystem is the parent and teacher interaction, your mutual friends interaction, na in a way, it can have an effect on you, di ba? Those interactions, those relationships can have an impact on you pag nagko-cross sila. And then after mesosystem is the exosystem, which includes the formal and informal structures like the government, the mass media. Sige nga, I'm wondering, do you believe na we are influenced by our government? Sige nga, taas ang kamay or heart reaction or like reaction kung naniniwala kayong government influences us. Meron ba? Okay, walang nagre-react. That's unusual. But, yes, Xavier.
For me po, I believe government influences us when it comes to laws and regulation. Kasi they influence us to do what is right or wrong when it comes to law and regulation. And they shape the behavior po.
Exactly, no? Through the laws that they make and the policies that they implement, naapektuhan niya, nare-enforce niya yung behavior natin, nare-regulate din yung behavior natin. Kasi in a way, we will know what's right and wrong based on those rules that they set. However, syempre, kung walang reinforcement, when we say reinforcement, kapag gumawa ka ng masama, wala din namang nanguhuli, then that's different na. That's how they will impact us, no? Parang, if our government is too lax about discipline, then imagine a chaotic or a messy society, no? Aside from the laws, policies, as a student, sa tingin nyo, paano kayo naaapektuhan? Let's talk about education. Since this is a school setting, this is academic, sa tingin nyo, paano naaapektuhan ng government ang buhay nyo as a student or ang buhay ng isang estudyante? Meron ba? Meron ba siyang impact sa inyo as a student? Merong idea? Yes, Princess.
Then sila din po yung re-regulate ng curriculum or standards po. Napapasok po dun yung what subjects are taught to us or yung mga values or knowledge po na galing na inaano po nila sa mga school na ituro po sa atin.
Exactly. Thanks, Princess. That's a good insight, no? The government is the one who decides on the curriculum, on the programs. Kasi syempre kaya nga nandyan ang CHED, di ba? They are the ones responsible for colleges and universities, regulates them as well. So in a way, government decides what is the quality of your education or what qualities, ano ba yung quality? Is it good or bad? Sa paanong paraan? Sige, let's imagine a poor kid, no? Wala siyang kakayanan to send themselves sa school. Sa tingin niyo may role yung government doon? Yes, Jasmine.
Yes po. In terms po yung sa scholarship po, it gives students opportunities.
Okay. Exactly. Thanks, Jasmine. So, government gives you the opportunity, gives a child an opportunity dapat, no? To have that education. And when we are not just talking about education, no? Dapat we have to ensure that it's quality. No, when we say quality, dapat nakakasabay tayo sa mga technology, advancement, even yung mga researches, ayan, mga innovations. And so, napakalaking impact ng government, no? Even in healthcare, no? Someday you will work in the healthcare. As you can see, kaya maraming nag-iibang bansang nurse, di ba? It's because a huge part of it is because of the government. Dahil mababa ang sahod, una ng mga nurse, they are overworked but underpaid. And so much more. Even the social service, dapat free yung healthcare. There should be a universal healthcare na sila lang ang makakapagpatupad. And so, so much more. So much more. No? Yung kung iisa-isahin natin ng scope ng government, the time will not be enough. But I hope you're getting a grasp kung gaano inaapektuhan ng gobyerno ang development natin as an individual. And then in macro system, dito na pumapasok yung culture natin, cultural belief, norms, attitude, ayan, behavior. Sa tingin niyo, ano yung mga culture na unique sa ating mga Pinoy? Ano ba yung mga cultural belief, attitude na yan, norms? Meron ba? Meron bang unique sa ating mga Filipino? Sige nga. Diba? Yung pagmamano, diba, it's something unique. Yung pag-respect sa mga matatanda by saying po and opo. In a way, it influences us kasi nagiging basis siya of respect at times. Diba, minsan kapag wala kang po and opo, anong thinking sa'yo ng mga ibang tao? Diba, they think of you as disrespectful, walang modo, walang values, ganyan. Ano pa ba? Utang na loob. Yes, exactly. Utang na loob can also be unique to us. The depth of gratitude in English. How does it influence us? Utang na loob. I know na you all have an idea that it can influence us negatively and positively. But I want to know how, sa tingin nyo, can you give a specific situation kung saan naapektuhan kayo ng utang na loob? Raymar.
Ma'am, hello po, ma'am. Sa tingin ko po, ma'am, yung pagkakaroon ng utang na loob po is parang ano, ma'am, yung kung isa ang tawag po dun, yung mas naano po tayo sa mga ano po, iisipin po nung iba if hindi natin ibabalik yung mga ano po, yung mga mabubuting
Yes.
deeds na ginawa po nila sa atin.
Yes, thanks,
And
Raymar.
kaya po ganun po. Ayun na, ma'am.
Sige, you are adding something. Sige, go on. Ano yun? Kaya po,
Ano po, yung parang, yun nga po, napipilitan po tayo na maging ano po, yung
kaya tayo
yung
napipilitang
ibalik po yung
sumunod
ano po.
doon.
Ganun po, ma'am.
Okay, thanks, Raymar. No? So, utang na loob, I would say there's a balance. There should be a balance. No? Okay, sabi ni Mary Grace, kapag pinag-aral ka tapos sila po nagbayad TF, tuition fee, parang kailangan ibalik natin kapag may mga work na po. Yes, exactly. That's how the older generation thinks, no? Not all of them. May mga ibang tao or ibang matatanda na hindi naman naniniwala dito. But yes, exactly, yung utang na loob mo sa parents mo. Kagaya namang sinasabi ko sa iba kong student kasi we have been able to tackle this value din, no? Itong utang na loob. Walang masama na magbalik kasi we are a collective society, itong Pinas. It's normal for us. Parang it's natural for us to think of other people first. At times, we consider them in making decisions. We consider them in life. And so, kasama na yung mga magulang natin doon. And hindi masama na magtanaw ng utang na loob. It's our values. We cannot deny na may ganito tayong values, no? It's something unique to us. Walang masama na magtanaw ng utang na loob kung okay yung parents, di ba? If they are feeding you well, if they're sheltering you, kapag binibigay nila yung needs nila sa'yo, if they're very supportive of you, if they're taking care of your well-being, then that's okay. But, it will still be up to you, no? Kasi alam ko naman na iba-iba tayo ng environment. Not all parents have that good upbringing. Some parents, we can admit that some are toxic, di ba? And may nabasa akong academic journal lately about this utang na loob. I don't know if you're the section na sinabihan ko na utang na loob is a cultural standard. When you say cultural standard, kagaya ng sinabi natin, it's unique to us. Ito yung standard ng karamihan ng mga Filipino. But it doesn't mean na it's a moral standard. When we say moral standard, hindi siya necessarily mabuti. Kasi sometimes, di ba yung pagtanaw mo sa utang na loob, it can get, frustrating kasi natitake advantage na siya. Hindi mo alam kailan ka matatapos magbayad ng utang na loob. And that's the thing, no? That's the problematic side of it. And so, medyo lumalayo na tayo. But that's good. No, marami pa. I'm sure marami pang unique yung pag-aalaga sa parents. It's not just unique to us, but it can be seen or can be observed by other neighbor countries na Asian, kagaya na India, China. They also care about their parents. collective society din sila, which means they care about other people. Even the Japanese people, kaya sila disiplinado, it's because they care about their neighbors. And so, yon yung macro system. And then chrono system, it's the personal life transition or the major historical events na nagkaroon ng impact sa atin. Like pandemic, di ba? Na-isolate tayo. And that somehow causes an epidemic to rise. Yung epidemic sa mental health, nagkaroon ng depression and anxiety because of pandemic, right? It's because we as human, we are social being. We are wired, no, to socialize to other people. No, we thrive in group at times. And so nung pandemic, na-restrain tayo in our own house. And nakita naman natin kung ano yung impact niya sa mental health, saan pa ba, sa education, at sa marami pang aspeto ng buhay natin. Even the World War, di ba? Naging battleground ang Pinas. Even the colonization, it has affected us severely. And not just severely, but greatly. Our religion came from Spaniards, di ba? We are very religious. And the Catholicism came from the Spaniards. Ano pa ba? May mga comfort women dahil sa Japanese era or colonization, and so much more. So that's what chrono system is. Now let's tackle about the sociology in the Philippines. How did it develop? No, how did it go from back then to now? So in 1938, Serafin Macaraig, she acquired yung doctorate degree niya. And then she was able to publish a book. In 1950, si Father Valentin Marin, he introduced the sociology in the Philippines. And the first sociology course was offered in UP. In 1952, yung mga samahan ng mga sociologists sa Pinas ay na-establish, which is called Philippine Sociological Society. In 1957, Community Development Research Council was established. Ito yung research council na nag-care, nag-advocate for social science researchers. In 1960, Father Frank Lynch founded Institute of the Philippine Culture at Ateneo. And lastly, in 1972, nagkaroon na ng first bachelor's degree in sociology in UP, and yung doctorate degree ay unang in-offer sa Xavier University. I know you won't be able to remember all these dates and these people or organization. That's okay, but try to do it. But ayun nga, as someone who also kind of hated learning about the history because of all the dates, diba, and the people behind it. So tingin nyo, bakit natin kailangan pag-aralan itong mga ganitong historical timeline? Or yung history in general? Why do we have to learn about it? Any idea? Bakit kaya? Razel, are you there? Sa tingin mo, Razel, why do we study history?
Para mas malinawagan po tayo sa
Mas
history po natin.
Mhm.
Kunyari po may mga naiisip tayo kung anong gusto nating malaman. Pwede po nating tignan yung history natin para malaman.
To be enlightened. Okay, thanks, Razel. That's good. Ano pa? Meron pa ba? Wala lang. Kasi subject siya sa school. Yes, Xavier.
History helps us understand the past po.
Mm-hmm. Exactly then. It helps us understand the past and therefore, we can learn from it. Hindi naman lahat ng historical events have done something good to the humanity, right? Kagaya ng mga war, ng mga Bataan Death March, ng ano pa ba? Martial law. Di ba something negative or even devastating came from it. That's why we have to learn about it, we have to study about it para hindi na natin siya i-repeat during this time. Imagine in psychology, there is this lobotomy, yung treatment no sa ibang no, sa mga mentally ill in the past. In lobotomy, binubutas yung skull mo. Imagine bubutasin yung skull mo for you to be treated, 'di ba? And so we have come far right now. But we study history for the sake of learning, for the sake of not repeating the past, and syempre to recognize and honor yung mga tao behind why we are here now. Diba? They have a great contribution, especially now sa mga field nila, even our national hero. Kaya nga tayo may freedom, diba? They are existing because of certain people, certain event. And so this is why we study history. And then last is the social institutions. We have talked about family as a unit, family institution, kung paano niya tayo ini-impluwensyahan. Ano tong nasa right side ng family? Ano yan? Sige. Anong institution yan? Anong kind ng social institution yan? Any idea? Meron ba? It's religion. Yes, Savior. That's right. Yes, Gwyneth. That's religion, no? It's a religious institution. And how does it affect us as a person? It shapes our morality, right? And our morality consists of thinking what is right and wrong, discerning between what is right and wrong. Our moral compass, moral judgment, diba? It makes us humane, no? Yung mga morality natin, that's why it's impactful, it's influential. And then, this side, itong side ng religion, yung may pera, ano siya? Starts with letter E. Ano yan? Economy, yes. Economy. So, as a student, paano ba kayo naapektuhan ngayon ng economy? Sige nga. When you say economy, that's the production and consumption of goods, diba? In the services, ayan. The rate of demand, syempre sa may mga nagbabayad ng namin, no? Sa aming mga working na, kung may mga magpapaaral sa sarili nila. As a student, paano kayo naapektuhan ng inflation rate? Sige nga. Yes, Pia.
Sa ano pa po, sa gas po, sa pamasahe po pagpasok. Noon po, nung bago po mag-pandemic, alos 7 pesos lang po yung pamasahe. And now po, 11 pesos po pag student. Ang laking bawas po siya sa baon for everyday po. And yung food pa po, wala na pong mabibiling 20 pesos ngayon na mabubusog ka.
Exactly, no? Ang dami niyang impact sa inyo as a student. Sabi niya, Alea, sa pagbabudget daw ng allowance. Yes, ang mahal daw ng tuition, sabi ni Jen Reza. Access to resources, sabi naman ni Xavier. Basically, no, economy, kung akala niyo wala kayong impact dyan, walang impact yan sa inyo meron. Dun nga sa sinabi pa lang pamasahe. I don't know if naabutan niyo yung time na 7 pesos pa lang ang pamasahe sa jeep. 6 pesos pa lang. Imagine from 7 pesos to 13 pesos. Tapos, totoo yun. May mga meal na under 50 pesos and below. Ngayon, parang under 19 na pataas. Unless magugulay ka, mas mura sa karinderya. Pero, meaning, it really affects us not just in financial, 'di ba? Itong mga pinag-uusapan natin ngayon. But also in our self-concept, ayan, grabe, interconnected nga siya according to Yuri Brown van Banner. And then under the economy as the government, we have tackled then, we had an overview kung paano nakakaapekto si government sa atin as an individual, no? And then school, sige nga, what's the function of school? Why is it there? Bakit ba kayo nag-aaral? Gusto po kasi ng mama at papa ko, yun ba? Aside from gusto ng parents, bakit ba kayo nag-aaral? Kasi wala po, ito po yung flow ng buhay, ganon. Sige nga, I wanna know. Sige, let's call Elizalde. Why do you study?
Ma'am,
Bakit ka nag-aaral?
para po for better future. For my parents din po.
For the future and for your parents. Okay, that's good, diba? We study to equip ourselves in order for us to become what? To become a better citizen or better individual in the society na nagko-contribute, of course, sa society, to equip ourselves with knowledge, to be able to help other people as well. What will happen sa tingin nyo if wala kayong education? If you are illiterate? How will that affect yourself? Sige nga, Karen, how will that affect you sa tingin mo if you are uneducated? Karen? Sige, si Royce na lang. Pauline? How will that affect you? Sige, Ira.
You might struggle po to find stable and well-paying jobs. And mahirapan ka rin po to support yourself and your family without education po.
Exactly, no. You're not gonna be, or rather, hindi magiging independent, but you're going to struggle in life. Pauline, are you raising your hand? Thanks, Ira. Who else would like to answer? Yes, Eloisa.
May possibility po na maloko ka po ng ibang tao. For example po, if illiterate ka po, hindi ka po sanay magbasa, and worry nyo po is may-ari po kayo ng lupa, tapos hindi nyo po alam na may na kukunin na po yung lupa nyo without your consent. Kasi po pinapapirma or thumb mark lang po kayo. And hindi nyo po mabasa yung nakasulat dun sa papel.
Exactly, no. When you're illiterate, you are prone to exploitation. You can be easily taken advantage of by other people. And syempre, hindi naman lingid sa kaalaman natin, no, na we are hindi lahat ng tao ay mabubuti o may magandang intensyon. So if you don't have education or if you are illiterate, maaring hindi ka magkaroon ng skill to discern kung ano ba yung tama, ano ba yung mali, or rather, ano ba yung totoo sa hindi. So, kagaya sinabi ni Eloisa, no? Kung usaping lupa na yun, excuse me, wait lang. Kung usaping lupa na yun, pwede kang manakawan. Diba? Pwedeng makuha sa'yo yung lupa mo without you knowing. sa mga ano ba, uso yan ngayon, syempre yung technology, ayan, mga text, 'di ba? Minsan nakalink na yung bank sa ano mo, sa phone mo. What if you're not techie, 'di ba? Or hindi mo masyadong alam yung galaw-galawin. You are very prone to scam. So, I'm sure marami pang pwedeng mangyari, no, kung you don't have an education. I'm not saying na lahat ng hindi edukado ay pwedeng ma-scam or rather prone to scam, no. Some people are very hardworking na kahit hindi sila mag-aral, they are able to succeed. But I'm not saying this, no, to encourage you to drop out kasi pwede naman kayong yumaman dahil sa diskarte, no. Hindi, no. Syempre, hindi lahat ng tao may diskarte. Hindi rin, kagaya ngayon, napakahirap maghanap ng work. Especially if you are an average citizen, wala kang masyadong skills. Kaya, ang iyong laban ay edukasyon. Kaya be grateful, no? Be grateful na your parents can afford your education because some of the people can't. They can send themselves to school, they can study, hindi nila alam kung paano maprotektahan yung sarili niya from this growing exploitations. Kaya use this well, use your education well, maximize it. Even this learning, itong mga tinuturo ng mga instructor nyo, when you say maximize, ask questions, ayan, para matuto talaga kayo, no? So, that's it. We're supposedly gonna have our quiz sana, pero I'm not feeling well and kailangan ko siyang i-edit. I'm sorry. Next session na lang,